Go ahead, do that. Do it. And lick up the dust of thy feet. Kiss the boots of the children of the slaves. There you go. Start with that boot right there over there. Right there. You ain't done. Let me tell you something. Blacks and Hispanics, that's the gift of God. Hold on. There's more. That's that one right there.
Hey guys, my name is Modi and you are welcome to Modi Speaks. Guys, I just came across this video and it made me almost die of cringe. God, I just couldn't believe my eyes, guys. I just couldn't comprehend what I was witnessing. So without wasting much time, please, I want you to watch this video with me.
Go ahead, do that. Do it. And lick up the dust of thy feet. Kiss the boots of the children of the slaves. There you go. Start with that boot right there over there. Right there. You ain't done. Let me tell you something. Blacks and Hispanics, that's the gift of God. Hold on. There's more. That's that one right there. You can just stay where you at. They're going to bring the boots to you. You can just stay right here. You're going to get bombarded with boots. Go ahead. That's the blessing that God gave blacks and Hispanics. That's right. That one day your enemies is going to bow before you. See, people think we out here for nothing. But there are some people that fear God. Right. A lot of you don't fear God because you would never do that. But what he is doing is showing a real act of humility. That's right. That's a real act of humility. That's what it looks like when you fear the Lord. Because if the judgment that's coming from the Lord is going to wring blood out of the skies. That's what's going to happen. Go ahead. That's right. You ain't done. Going to rain the fire out of heaven. And you know what? Yeah, white people can't deal with that. Go ahead. You're not done. That one right there. You know what? White people get to see what it feels like to see one of their brothers kissing the boots of somebody else. Go ahead. You don't do right here. That one right there. Yeah. Let me tell you something. This is what it looked like. This is an apology. This one right there. This is ain't nobody making him do nothing. Here you go right here. He chose to do it because he's sorry for what his ancestors.
A lot of people in the past have done stupid shit that they don't need to. My best
white people can't stand an apologetic white man. They can't stand an apologetic white man. It doesn't make sense to them.
That's up to you.
Hey, buddy, we got one more right here. There you go, right there. Stay focused. There you go. Let me help you understand something.
Here it is, right here. There you go. Mr. White Man, get these white women and get these white people a hand, man. Keep on coming. Keep on coming. Keep on coming, Mr. White Man. Keep on going. Keep on going, man. Most High in Christ, man. You understand? Now, they showing what it means to really salute our prophets and the priests of the Lord. Right. Keep going. Keep going. The party out. Show y'all. Come on, folks, get your boots.
If there is anything that is more despicable than a black fatigue generator, a black fatiguer, it will be a brainwashed white liberal. A brainwashed white liberal is more disgusting than black fatigue generators because these guys encourage black fatigue. They promote black fatigue and they create room for black fatigue. White liberals are the reason why abortion became mainstream. They gave rise to the LGBTQ nonsense that is almost decimating Western societies. They said women can cut off their reproductive organs, their reproductive parts, and pretend to be men. Full-blooded males can lurk in women's bathrooms, claiming that they are now female, even when they are unable to define what a woman is. They are the only people who want illegal aliens to force their way into their country and replace them. They advocate for foreign religions to blast their calls to prayer 5 times a day, yet complain when a church bell rings a few times only on Sunday mornings. They argue that Black Lives Matter, yet carry out riots and protests when you point out to them that all lives matter. They say freedom of speech is needed, yet they rejoice and they celebrate when a fellow citizen is exterminated for exercising free speech. These guys are absolutely terrible. I honestly cannot stand some of them, okay? They create liberal fatigue. They are the next thing after you get black fatigue generators. A brainwashed white liberal is the bane of all thriving societies. They accommodate all sorts of evil creatures, all sorts of reprobate creatures. They will accept all sorts of humiliation, like literally licking the boots of some group of black dudes who claim that they were the real Israelites, the real Hebrews, the real Jews, the black Israelites. White liberals will kiss their feet because, of course, they feel perpetual guilt for something that happened 400 years before they were even born. Whomever is brainwashing these white liberals is doing a pretty good job because they have them in a chokehold. They have lost all their thinking capabilities. I mean, these white liberals, okay? They can no longer think for themselves any longer. These guilt-stricken white bozos don't even realize that they do not own slaves. In fact, they haven't even met a black American slave in their life. And in fact, the extremely privileged individual whose feet they are kissing is not even a slave either. So if this soppy soy boy doesn't own a slave, if these extremely huge looking, very privileged black men are not slaves, then why is the soy boy and those other weak whites kissing their feet? This is a question these white liberals are never ever going to ask themselves, and they are never going to be able to answer it because, of course, they have lost all the capacity of self-reasoning. These guys can no longer think for themselves because they have been reduced to nothing but echo chambers. This is simply disgusting and embarrassing to say the least. I am tired of watching people publicly humiliate themselves in the name of virtue. If you are a white liberal watching this video right now, listen, okay? Just listen, because I am going to try to wake you up at least a little bit. So again, I advise you, listen. This is the time for you to stop worshiping guilt and for you to start standing up for your own dignity. You never owned slaves, and these guys are not slaves. So this little virtue signaling antique is totally unnecessary. Slavery was a human thing, meaning that every single race on the face of the planet experienced it, okay, including white people. If you have not heard about the Barbary slave trade, then you should go and read up on it. It highlights how Europeans, white people, were brutally captured and enslaved by African Muslims. So slavery is a human thing. Every race, I mean every single race on the face of the planet, tasted it. But let me tell you a little bit about the slavery that went on in the United States of America 400 years ago, because people don't normally talk about this aspect, but I'm going to tell you. Now, yes, this slavery was absolutely despicable. It was wrong. But I want you to realize that slavery was just practiced by a very small percentage of white Americans in America back then. Now, according to the census conducted in 1860, this was the last census carried out before the abolishment of slavery by white people, mind you, white people, okay? There were about 27 million white folks, and only 385,000 of these white folks owned slaves. 27 million, only 385,000 owned slaves. So if you express that in percentage, you get about 1.4%. So only 1.4% of white people, of the entire population of white people in the United States of America, owned slaves. Now that is extremely small, very minuscule. And this 1.4% is the creme de la creme of the population, the elites in the population. So unless your family is extremely wealthy, like freaking seriously wealthy for generations, then buddy, your generation never owned slaves. And even if your family is creme de la creme wealthy, there is still a high percent chance that your ancestors never ever owned slaves. Because yes, remember, only 385,000 of Americans out of 27 million of them owned slaves back in 1860. That number is extremely small. It is not even up to 1 million, okay? 385,000, not even up to 400,000. Also, even if your family tree shows that your ancestors really did own slaves, that is still not your problem, because for the past 400 years, your forefathers, your great-grandparents, your grandparents, and your parents have never taken part in slavery. You of all people only depend on stories you see on TV or you read in books to get an account of what happened back then. So you never participated in it. Every single person here who is bringing his feet to be kissed and his boots to be licked by you has never ever experienced slavery, okay, for a single day in his life. They are not slaves, and they don't even really understand what it means to be slaves. So why are you kissing their boots? Why are you licking their feet? I want you to know that it doesn't matter what your ancestors did or did not do. You are not responsible for the sins of your ancestors. History is messy. Every group of human being has both suffered and caused suffering. So if you were to trace your family tree back far enough, no matter what race you are, you will find victims and yes, oppressors in every lineage. That is how it is. Guilt is not hereditary and will never be. The only type of accountability that matters is the one that has to do with you and your own actions, not the actions of your unknown ancestors or your entire race. This performative act of virtue does not solve any problems. It definitely doesn't heal any wounds, okay? It only widens the racial divide and creates a generation of individuals who feel entitled to get their boots licked, and a generation of individuals who are filled with guilt and competing over who can display more repentance. If you really care about justice, if you care, then do the unglamorous work. Mentor a kid, probably a black kid with an absentee father, okay? Volunteer at a school. Most black children cannot read, okay? Advocate for anti-abortion laws. Most black kids are killed than being born. Planned Parenthood is decimating the population of the black child. Start a business that hires and trains people. And the last but not the least, criticize and reprimand people when you see them creating fatigue or dysfunction. Now, that is how you show moral courage. That is how you support black community, not by kneeling down or by kissing the boots of the so-called black Israelites who claim to be kings and queens and who claim to have invented the world. Please, please, and please, get yourself some dose of self-dignity because it matters. Dignity is not arrogance, guys. It is not. It is knowing your worth and acting with integrity. Stop performing guilt you don't own. Stand tall, speak clearly, and face the problems in front of you. That is real virtue. Everything else is complete hogwash. As always, guys, these are my thoughts and my opinions. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below, but do so respectfully. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, honestly, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel. Like and share this video to keep people informed, and consider joining my membership or supporting the channel in any way that you can. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now, peace.